White feather meaning in paranormal, the spiritual realm sends many messages, and one of the most common ways that they send these messages is through white feathers. If you have noticed an increase in white feathers around you, or see an unusual white feather, you might be wondering if there is any important message behind it. What is the meaning of white feathers? White feathers hold a few different meanings, depending on the circumstances in your life. They could mean that your spiritual requests are being answered, or they could appear as signs of encouragement and comfort after periods of grief. There is also a close connection between white feathers and angels, and those who believe in guardian angels feel that theirs might be close by when a white feather shows up. The meaning that a white feather holds will depend on where you come across the white feather, the emotions you feel, and where you are in your life right then. Keep reading to find out more on the meaning of white feathers, and how you could interpret finding a white feather close to you. The spiritual meaning of white feathers: it is strongly believed that feathers are messages sent down from the spiritual world and that they are gifts of comfort, wisdom, and higher knowledge. They are almost always positive symbols, even in times of grief and disaster. Birds, from where feathers come, are considered to be in tune with the spiritual world and with higher energies and represent spiritual growth and the desire to find inner truth. It makes sense then that the feathers from these creatures will hold quite a strong symbolism too. White feathers are pure, and this purity carries through their many different meanings. Spiritually, white feathers are signs from the other side, and seeing a white feather means that there is someone out there watching over you, or that there is hope and comfort after grief. Seeing a white feather should bring about comfort, wisdom, spiritual growth, and peace. Whether you believe in the spiritual world or if you think the universe is sending you a sign, take note of seeing a white feather, as the strong, pure symbolism it holds can give you clarity and comfort going forward. You can also take peace in knowing that someone out there is guiding you. Cultural symbolisms of white feathers: white feathers have been used as spiritual symbols in cultures for a very long time. They are thought to be a sign from the spiritual world and are messages to let us know that we are being watched over and that we are not alone. In Christianity, white feathers were often a symbol of angels, and a sighting of a white feather showed that angels were nearby and watching over you. Their sightings also brought about feelings of hope and new beginnings. White feathers in Native American culture represent the end of bad times and disaster and the rebirth of life after death. They are symbols of wisdom, peace, and purity and are also used as a connection to the spiritual realm. Shamanism saw feathers as a strong element to use to cleanse negative or heavy energies from places, objects, or people. The feathers are used to cleanse chakras and auras, and their high vibrations get rid of negative energies and reset energies back to being balanced or healthy. Throughout history and different cultures, white feathers kept the same positive, cleansing symbolism that was very closely tied to the spiritual world. There are next to no signs that white feathers could have negative symbolism, other than appearing after death, but even then it is only to offer comfort. Seeing white feathers appear everywhere. If you have started noticing feathers appearing out of nowhere, or you start to see white feathers way more often than usual, you should pay attention. This influx of white feathers is meant to catch your attention and is an attempt to send you a message. It is supposed to wake you up and to make you more open to that present moment, and to take note of your energy and the energies around you. It is an invitation to take a hard look at yourself and find what brings you joy and how you can connect to your spiritual self again. It might be that you have lost this spiritual connection, and the feathers are meant to bring you back to reality and encourage you to find this connection again. The feathers might also be for a more specific reason as well. It might be for you to look at where you are heading in your life, and to be honest, if this is what you wanted, or if you have become distracted on your way and your path is not such a positive one anymore. It could also be a sign to reevaluate different relationships in your life and to see if there are any that could be harmful to your mental and emotional health, and if there is any way you could find a way out of this. Whatever the reason may be, seeing white feathers appearing everywhere is a sign that you should take a step back and be present. Remember to take note of your life and your spiritual and emotional state and see if it is where you want to be, or if it is something that needs to be mended back to normal. Seeing white feathers in your home is a sacred place. It is where you feel most comfortable and it is where you can be at peace. Finding white feathers in your home is a sign of protection, and that you have an extra layer of protection around you and those in your home, whether it is spiritual, physical, or emotional. This can often happen around times of change, such as when someone close to you is sick, or when you are going to travel. These white feathers in your home show that there is someone looking out for you. The white feathers also show that your home is a safe space for you to be yourself, where you don't have to worry about the judgment of others, and you can let go of any pretenses. For those who believe in angels and spirit guides, white feathers appearing in your home mean that your guardian angel or spirit guide is close by. It also means that the veil between you or them is thinner, so communication is made easier and they have a better chance of guiding and protecting you. Finding white feathers in your home is always a good sign, and use this as a chance to feel relaxed and at peace, in order to revitalize your energies and find calm. Seeing white feathers floating around could very well be because a bird has flown by and has shed a feather or two, but, other times, a floating feather might really catch your attention, seem to float intently towards you, and then maybe float away. The attraction you feel towards this feather, the fact that it caught your attention and made you stop to stare, shows that it was meant for you and that it is trying to send you a message. A floating white feather shows that you need to be decisive over your next few steps or your next path in life. You might be at a crossroads, or at a point where you need to make a difficult decision, and instead of making a hasty choice, the feather is a reminder to think deeply about what to do. As white feathers are a spiritual symbol and symbolize inner strength and wisdom, it is a sign to use your inner strengths and intuition to make the best move going forward. By looking within and using these traits to make a decision, you will be able to see which path is better and make the right decision for yourself. Seeing white feathers after death being such strong spiritual symbols, white feathers are believed to be used by those who have passed on to send messages to those grieving. Many people have reported seeing a white feather in a place it shouldn't be, such as on the sofa next to them, or the middle of the kitchen counter, soon after the death of a loved one. These white feathers will appear somewhere you look often, or inside an object you use throughout the day, and are meant to catch your attention. Seeing a feather like this in your personal space is a sign that a loved one is sending you a message, that they are trying to comfort you after their death and let you know that all will be okay. It is also important to note the time you see the white feather, especially if it happens more than once. This is important to take note of, as those in the spiritual realm like to send messages through numbers and time. Over time, you might notice a pattern connected to when the white feathers show up. Types of white feathers: white feathers can be pure white, or they can be mixed, striped, or dotted with other colors. Other than a solid white feather, these feathers have some meaning that you should take note of as well. Black and white feathers: black and white feathers are quite literal symbols and show that you should see the world in color, and not just in black and white. You need to address different problems and situations with a fresh mind, and not with set biases or with the mind made up already. It could also be a sign to give yourself a break, and to see yourself from a different point of view, to appreciate yourself more, and to feel more self-love. Brown and white feathers. Brown is the coloring of nurturing and warmth, and seeing brown and white feathers is a message of healing and peace, of a deep calm being sent to help you through grief or illness. Seeing a brown and white feather should bring you some sort of comfort through a difficult time. This experience should help you through a difficult period with some guidance and love from the other side, or from the spiritual realm. Take this as a loving, positive message. Gray and white feathers. Gray is the color of wisdom and higher knowledge. It offers a neutral balance and way of thinking. Seeing a gray and white feather should be a sign for you to see the world and situations for what they are and to get a better understanding of things. If you come across a few gray and white feathers, you should take it as a sign to take some time to yourself to listen to your inner workings and try to realign your intuition and energies. What should I do with white feathers? I find, if you find white feathers close to you or in your home, and you believe they are messages from the spiritual realm, you might not want to throw them outside or get rid of them. To pay respect to the spiritual realm and the message being sent to you, you could choose to keep the white feathers safe somewhere close to you. Some people choose to collect these spiritual items, along with any other tokens they might find, in a wooden box or another safe place. Others choose to keep them in a journal and record how they found these tokens of the spiritual realm. Other people take these feathers and weave them into a dream catcher, to offer extended protection and spiritual guidance. You could also use them to make a necklace or bracelet to keep close to you at all times. You will know what to do with the feathers when you find them, as the spiritual strength behind it should guide you to a way that you feel respects the token best. Is it good luck to find a white feather? Finding a white feather does not necessarily mean good luck, but it is a good omen that shows that peace, comfort, wisdom, and caring are being sent your way. There are no instances where a white feather could be considered bad luck or a bad omen. At most, a white feather might appear after death, but this is to offer positive reassurance and comfort to guide you through the grief. Take comfort in finding a white feather, and know that positive energy and thoughts are being sent your way. Take it as a sign to reconnect with your spiritual self and to take a look at how you are interacting with others and the world around you. Related questions. Do you have a few final questions regarding the meaning associated with white feathers? Continue on. What does a feather symbolize? White feathers have a specific spiritual meaning, but seeing a normal feather does as well. Feathers are a symbol of honor and a connection to the spiritual realm. They signify trust, wisdom, power, and above all, freedom. Does it mean an angel is near when you see a white feather? Many people believe that white feathers are sent down as a message from angels. If you see a white feather cross your path, it could be that an angel is sending you a message that those you have loved, but who have passed, are safe and well, and you can find peace in this. What are the signs a guardian angel is near? Other than finding a white feather, there are other signs that a guardian angel is near. These can include flashes of light seemingly from nowhere, seeing rainbows reflected off sunlight, images in clouds, the feeling of being touched, tingling sensations, and scents that bring you feelings of peace and calm.